Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Chop Sports Show, coming to you live from the Richard Lucas Chevrolet and Subaru studio. Almost got that one wrong. Right here in Matawan, New Jersey. It is Sturch. It is Gooch. Wrestling Rob is, on the money right there as he walks into the studio. It smells like waffles. I said it smelled weird. It is in fact, it is a holiday oatmeal, cinnamon, what is it? Brown sugar cinnamon oatmeal.
Cinnamon brown sugar oatmeal.
There it is. So it's potent to say the least.
Yeah, I have in my opinion.
You can bring it into the studio and it's just
publicly. I can't say it publicly. No.
It was potent.
It smells like candles.
But I just didn't want to make sure it wasn't like an air freshener that was released into the world. Anyway.
Oh, we got a. Oh, that's
what?
My internet. Never mind.
What, internet? You good?
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, let's get into it. Good morning, Janine from the way downtown in Woodbridge, New Jersey, for Absolute Eyewear. Want to welcome you to the show as well. What? We're good?
Yeah, I'm just checking.
All right. Yeah, we are lagging a little bit, but we're good. Mark from Canada. Good morning to you as well, sir. Yeah, got a loaded show today because it is our holiday special. We'll be taking a day off tomorrow. We got a lot to go into today as far as Thursday night football tonight. We got a lean show today. We got all sorts of stuff going on today. We'll get into it. Again, we want to thank Richard Lucas Chevrolet and Subaru for sponsoring the show, along with Absolute Eyewear. So we're bringing you the noise from that today. So lots going on. We actually have a contest mid-show. We're going to do some fun stuff. It's been a little bit of a trend ski over here in Matawan and Chop Studios. It's a more or less a cult following at this point is the duck race. We're going to do a duck race today. We're going to do a duck race. Like Rob got so excited over it. We're going to do a duck race live on the air today.
Yeah, so
I'm very excited about it.
Sam's not in the room yet, so hopefully we get the duck race going before Sam gets here.
Because he seems to win them all. Yeah.
There's been like some of these duck races have had like 40 ducks in it, and Sam somehow wins every single duck race. Yesterday he
won the first one.
Ash
the Lions, the one giveaway one.
Can you put as many ducks as you want?
There's got to be a limit.
I think there may be a limit, but up to this point, we have not exceeded it. So,
all right. Well,
still in
did you see?
standing.
Did you tune into Instagram by any chance? What they pulled yesterday for Jersey?
I saw the 8-minute video,
bro.
It was on Instagram, right?
Yeah, bro. They pulled an Ocho Cinco, and it says Ocho Cinco on the jersey, autographed yesterday.
Bengals jersey?
Yeah,
that's
it's a dope one.
Went out to
Definitely
Sam.
A dope jersey.
Sam hit it on a duck.
I like how it's like the guys that keep coming
right,
back.
And Sam, right.
But we did something different yesterday.
The loyalists.
We did something different yesterday, which we're going to be.
No. He just pulled it.
We did something different yesterday in the break, whereas we did a football break on eBay. When we sold it, we didn't sell out, but we went on, we sold some teams, etc. But then what we did was we presented the breakers that bought into the card break and anybody that was in the room the opportunity to buy jerseys, and we did a duck race with the 8 spots that we sold, and then there was 3 random off. These are the types of things that we're going to be doing on Whatnot, people. So when you go onto your phone, if you're on your phone after this show, go on, download the app Whatnot, and follow Break Buds, because if you break with us, that's going to be where you find us. And today we are going to be doing a duck race for a $25 gift card. I don't know if you mentioned the amount or anything like that. So we will be doing that later on today. And there's 4 teams left in the triple mem break. 4 teams left in a triple mem break that is going to be going off hopefully next Thursday.
That's what we want.
If we can get those sold, which I think we will be able to. So
Kyle's unreliable. I'm gonna hit up Kyle for the rest of the team.
Yeah, where's the Ducks? So what we have to do is we're gonna do a little bit of a roll call, Dave.
5 spots left with Joey.
Oh, Joe said 5 spots left. So Joe, start rattling off later on when we do the duck race. That'll be your opportunity in the comments to get some teams lined up who we have available. But I'm gonna start populating this list. Take it away, Dave.
Oh, I have a rundown. Okay. No, yesterday we got a couple things going on with as far as the baseball world is concerned. I know some of us yawned at fact that Aaron Judge was named the 16th captain of the New York Yankees.
Captain?
Yeah, I said captain, my captain. We're talking about captain, right? Captain of the New York Yankees. So very excited about that. Saw the press conference yesterday. It seemed like it was always the Yankees, always going to be the Yankees. Yankees. Awesome. Great. Very excited about that. The Mets decided to be a thief in the night again. I feel bad. At this point, you got to feel bad for the San Francisco Giants. This is 2 players now that they've just been swiped. Like you had the announcement from Heyman that Judge was a Giant. That got ruined, right? And then you signed Carlos Correa for like 6 days. And then all of a sudden his physical doesn't go well. I find it to be very hard to believe that actually happened in that regard. So I'm thinking there's got to be some kind of cold feet somewhere along the line. I don't know, but Steve Cohen has spent over $1 billion in the offseason.
So,
he's building
Do
himself
you
a
guys
roster.
ever see the meme, or there's like a little bit of a short video of the security guard checking people into the stadium?
Oh, with the
and he's
pat
just
down
letting
with
them
nothing
go,
to
letting
it.
them go. And that was the Mets team doctors doing Carlos Correa's physical.
That's
just
good.
hours after he failed his physical with the Giants, and they give him a 12-year deal. Hey, I'm happy for Mets fans. It's a good spot to be in. They have one of the best infields on paper in the history.
They got a heck of a line.
It really is a
right?
They're going to be
very
trying
good
out.
infield. And
Since the Jeter era,
we
we've
could
seen
talk
such a
all
good
the
left
shit
side
in
of
the
the field.
world. We could talk all the shit in the world about aging pitchers and that. Like those are the two aging pitchers that I want in my rotation. So good on the Mets.
You want to sign
They're
on?
going after it. $500 million. Look, he wanted to Cy Young. Obviously, that's a big dollar amount for a guy of his age. But remember, Kurt Schilling and Johnson at that age carried the Diamondbacks to the World
100%.
Series. So
That's
it's
true.
doable. I'm rooting against it, but happy for Mets fans. Carlos Correa is a piece of shit. So enjoy him.
Quick tidbit, real quick though. Right now, the Mets owner Steve Cohen, he said to pay $110 million on luxury tax penalties for 2023.
Yeah, you know how many full
Hold on.
payrolls? You're about to go there with that. I
Yes,
know.
I am.
Yeah.
That's more than a team payroll for the following teams in 2023.
Insane.
Diamondbacks, Nationals, Marlins, Guardians, Royals, Rays, Reds, Pirates, Orioles, and the A's.
You're about 10 teams deep right there. The luxury tax
It
that
is.
Steve Cohen
Yeah.
is about to pay is higher than 10 teams' total salary.
What does that say?
What does that say? It says that I saw an article also yesterday that if there was a vote that happened and they knew and the other owners knew this was going to happen like this, they would have never let him become the owner of the Mets.
But
Clearly, you're too late.
But this is something the players and the league agreed on happening.
Not
him. I'm talking about like
Yeah,
with
but
the
they
whole
agreed on it,
salary.
and Cohen was like, "Yeah,
But
cool."
but
I don't care.
understand
You know,
that like when the owners agree to something, they're like also having their own private meetings where they're agreeing to agree to this based on like, yo, we ain't gonna act crazy, right? And then
Steinbrenner
you
did it in the 90s constantly.
There was
Just
it
once.
was a different dynamic then. The contracts weren't this enormous. Like
I understand.
they
but
weren't
money
going out
changes.
14-year
the last
deals.
time the Yankees went nuts like this, I would say, was 09 when they had CC, Teixeira,
Yeah, when
Cheater's
they went out.
contract. Like, you were paying Mo, you know what I mean? Like, they had all those guys and those stars, and they won a championship. So that is the
But that-
recipe. I
that
mean,
also resulted. A lot of people would talk about that Yankee team and say, "Oh, everyone was bought." Well, it resulted in 4 potential Hall of Fame at the
That's
time
true.
contracts
That's
that you had to keep your guys. And if any of those guys left, even when Pettit did leave, that was like
Miss Pettit.
that was very alarming.
One of my
Are
favorites.
they worried that they might get like? Isn't the season gonna? Don't they have to like come up on a contract for in like 4 years for a shutdown? Maybe. Like, what if that?
No, the
happens?
CBA just got agreed upon. That
I
was the
listening to
delay this
something
year.
on ESPN saying like,
I
what
think it's a
if in the
10-year
next
deal,
3
no?
years-
Is it 10 years or 4? It's got to be 10.
What they did was look. There's a lot of things that are up in the air because of the fact that they rushed it.
Yeah, that's
so
what
I
I
think
heard.
what they did was they left the door open to renegotiate certain aspects of the CBA.
But the entire
But
CBA.
not the entire CBA.
Okay, that
but
makes
could there
sense.
be a work stoppage at any given
Sam's in
moment?
the building, by the way.
At any given moment. What's up, Sam? We're going to
Sam's
be
in
doing
the-
duck races.
Doing a duck race today, Sam. Sam's just on time for the duck race. We want
I'm
to do
gonna
duck
give-
race
I'm
what?
gonna give-
After the Jets preview of Thursday Night Football?
Yeah,
We'll do that.
We'll figure around the midpoint. Yeah.
Yeah, so there you go.
Sam, we're going to give everyone else 2 ducks, and Sam gets 1 to make things fair. You okay with that, buddy?
Wait, what?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh, I was gonna say we're gonna put a anchor on the back of Sam's duck and to see if he doesn't come
So
any
throughout the
anywhere
show,
close.
guys, if you're in the room, I see I got 10 people in the room, and I only have 6 names down for this duck race. So if you want to
So
be
you
in a
probably
duck race,
you have to put Ashley in there. She's probably watching from out
yes,
there,
yes. You
enjoying
have
her
to.
brown sugar.
You have to.
Yeah, say your name,
You
guys,
gotta,
and we're not
you
going
gotta
to know.
state your name.
We won't know if you're in the room and you don't put a comment. We're not going to know. So in order to get a duck, you got to comment
Also,
your name.
tonight, before we get into the Thursday Night Football game tonight to watch, I will tell you guys and remind you guys again, MJ's Matawan. I'm going to get there around 6:30, eat some din-din, and then also drink. So show up at MJ's in Matawan. It's the Buttonwood one right here on 34. Easy to get to. It's large. It's a very good bar area. We got ourselves a Jets-Jaguars game, and we're going to be celebrating Christmas, I won't do it to you, Rob. We're celebrating Rob's birthday,
No,
too.
we're not.
Okay? I'm not going to say like, oh, we'll just combine everything. Well, guess what? We are. Sort of. But it is also Wrestling Rob's birthday coming up. So buy him a drink or food for that matter. So in any event, let's
Scoop,
get.
this doesn't shock me that you would do that.
He paid off some duck trainers. All right, let's get into Thursday Night Football. We got one. We're going in just so everybody's aware. The records are as follows. Gooch and Rob deadlocked 103 and 109. And I'm 101 and 111. So I'm 2 games back. Time to make up some ground. I don't know if it happens on the Jet game. We got some bad weather coming our way for this Jet game. So for anybody going to the game, good luck. If you're not underneath the bowl where it kind of covers you, you're going to be in the elements. It's supposed to rain, thunderstorm, nasty, raw weather. The Jets are favored at home. The Jags coming off their big win over Dallas. Was that too emotional, or are their emotions high? Are they just kind of raging and surging right now? I think that's the case. But the Jets right now, it is not Mike White. It is Zach Wilson one more time. I don't know, Gooch. I mean, this is the one, as far as a preview of this game, before we pick it, if for whatever reason Zach Wilson goes out there, wins a football game, right, and puts the Jets in a position where we all know the Jets' playoff chances are very bleak right now, all of a sudden, but there is a road to get there. If Zach Wilson wins in prime time tonight and shows out, gets it done, if Mike White's cleared to play next week, who's your quarterback for the Jets? As a non-fan, because I'm sure I know Rob likes Mike White, but I mean,
so look. If Zach Wilson shows out and he's the reason why they win the game, and he has some, there's reason for them to believe that he's turned the corner a little bit, then yeah, maybe you move on from Mike White. But I think really the story here more so is Trevor Lawrence and this Jaguars team for real? This Jets defense we know is for real. I think regardless, Zach Wilson's going to have his bumps in the road, whether he plays well or not. There's going to be it's not going to be decided tonight whether Zach Wilson's the future of the Jets or not. He's got some learning to do. And regardless, Mike White's heavily in the picture when he's healthy. You have to admit that, right? But I say that this Jaguars team reminds me a little bit of what the Lions reminded me of when they were started their little run. Are they for real? The Lions proved to be a little more real than I expected them to be. Jaguars, not so much. I think seeing it against this defense will prove it to me, but I like the Jets in this game because everyone is riding high on the Jaguars right now, thinking that Trevor Lawrence is the next coming, and he very well may be, but it's still going to be a sloppy weather game, and that reason it just lines up towards the defense, and the Jaguars don't play defense that well.
You're still alive in a playoff scenario with Trevor Lawrence, Gardner Minshew, and Sam Darnold as your quarterbacks. That's impressive.
He cheats, bro.
Bro, I have. How about this? I dropped Dak, and I picked up Trevor Lawrence a couple weeks back. It worked out because Trevor Lawrence has been balling out.
Truth.
And I had Geno, and I was like Dak, and the reason was because it's a keeper league.
Salary cap issues.
I would maybe have considered not taking Lawrence, but in a dynasty league, when I see Trevor Lawrence where you keep 10 guys get dropped, I was like, well, Dak's got to go. Sorry. And Geno was playing too consistent, where Dak was inconsistent, getting very low.
This isn't our dynasty league.
No, different one.
I'm about to say, I'm about to pick up Dak right now. But anyway, so this game, you're going with the Jets. Is that where you're leaning towards right now?
Go with the Jets.
All right, so the Jets
are true. 45-mile-per-hour winds tonight.
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be nasty out there, bro.
Yeah, we might get stuck out. Luckily, I'm home.
How lucky are you? I'm sitting on the couch right here. Things get crazy and it gets messy after weather-wise. But in any event, I'm all going to ride with the Jets at home. I like the defense. I like the way that they're kind of playing backs against the wall right now. I think like Jaguars right now with the announcement of Tannehill being out for this week at the very least. The Titans are in a little bit of a bind. So the AFC South is technically still open for a champion. I think the Jaguars trying to try to do it, but a loss here might kind of kill that dream. But I'm going to go with the Jets at home, man. I just think that the defense is going to play good. Just like you said, it's going to be a sloppy game. I'm not really interested in seeing Trevor Lawrence throw the ball all over the place. I don't think he does in a situation like this. It's going to be shitty out. Yeah, give me the Jets -2.
I'm on the Jets, too.
You writing this down there, Rob?
Yeah, I got it.
All right, cool.
If it's going to rain like that, then it's just –
all right, sweepage of the Jets. All right, so are we doing a duck race, or do you want to –
I'm dealing with connectivity issues, so move on a little bit, and then once I get a little bit of my bars back.
Sure.
Giants, Vikings.
Giants and the Vikings. Now the Giants are in a situation where they can make the playoffs. I believe if they win and like I
have a bunch of scenarios.
Yeah, a couple scenarios have to go right for the Giants, including a win, and they'll clinch this week. Actually, Giants have to do what, Rob?
Giants win plus Detroit loss and Seattle loss. Okay. Giants win, Detroit loss, and Washington loss.
So they need 2 losses and a win.
Giant win, Seattle loss, and Washington.
All right, so a combination. You got to win with a combination of losses. The Giants are motivated now. As far as the Vikings are concerned, this team was on their complete emotional high against that comeback win against the Colts last week. They're 4.5-point favorites here, where the Giants have a chance to become a playoff team. After watching what the Giants did and watching Dayball's communication with Daniel Jones, I like the Giants on the road here. I've been saying that the Vikings have been a fraudulent team the entire year. And while their plus minus and their point differential is kind of crazy when you look at it, both of these teams right here, Gooch, both of these teams were teams that I said they are not what their record indicates they are. But being at the Giants have to have it, I'm going the Giants and give me the 4.5.
I'm going to take the Vikings here because I just think more so, you're right. They were a point where these two teams were, I think, both 5-1 or 6-1, and we were like, it just doesn't add up. But the Vikings have played much better football since that point than the Giants have. I feel like the Vikings are clearly a better team than the Giants. Offensively, I don't know how they're going to be able to keep up. The Giants' defense is middle of the pack, but they give up big plays. They kind of tighten up in the fourth quarter. It might be too late in this one. I think the Vikings have to come out with a bang. They're riding that emotional victory, and it could go two ways. You're right. But I think it's going to probably lean towards the fact that it's not a Monday night game. It's not a Sunday night game. Kirk Cousins at home in a controlled environment. And Saquon, while he did play well last week, he definitely did. I think Saquon has slowed down a lot down the stretch. And
I think he's dealing with that neck thing. So that's a thing.
He is. And I know that the Vikings defense is trash. So it could be that. It could be the Giants just have their way running the football. But I feel like they're going to be able to throw the ball a lot on the Giants secondary.
Okay.
I'm on the opposite end of that, Chris. I think that the Giants have to come out like quick, fast, get ahead of them by like 10 early and hang on. Thibodeau is a different animal, dude.
All of a sudden, he's come on. He's come on. Yeah. So he's becoming a pro right before our very eyes. So proud of the guy. But yeah, the Giants, I think, need to have this one. So me and Rob are on the Giants.
In Minnesota, Hawkinson, Dalvin Cook. That's what I'm looking at.
Nah, listen, they're going to score points. Vikings going to score points, but they're going to let up a lot of points.
What about the snub of McCaffrey not getting Pro Bowl thing? Saw that?
Really?
No, he didn't get everybody else but him.
Taller guy.
Well, I saw it too, but well, you know what?
I was going to have like that. Anyway, speaking of good running back situations, you got the Packers and the Bucks, right? The Packers, who have historically not played very well in Florida, they can't seem to beat the Jaguars, the Dolphins, the Bucks. They just can't do it in Florida. But now is this? You said 3.5. You didn't put a plus or minus.
Well, have I ever put a plus?
Yes.
When? Look at every single graphic that I've ever made. I've never put a plus.
He's going to go search it. Don't look. All right, fine. So plus 3.5 at home. But you put a minus on every one of them. So you missed this one. It's okay. It's okay.
No. It's minus 3.5. Why would I didn't put anything on this one. Every other one has a minus. So you would say that based off of that one gets the plus.
Who's favored?
The Dolphins. Okay. Minus 3.5. So they start the game at a minus 3.5 deficit.
Is that how that
I understand how the spreads work there, Gooch. Thanks. Really appreciate you. But every other game is a plus or minus in the graphic.
Yes, and this one
you missed. It's okay.
But the minus is always by the favorite, and the total is always by the dog. Rob, check.
I bang.
It's -3, -7, -2.5.
So the favored team is always the minus.
Okay.
I don't see it yet.
Going forward, now I know this.
Okay.
So -3.5 of the Miami Dolphins, favored at home. They've been playing good football, but they're still defrosting, I think, from the Buffalo game. Probably, kind of recovering from they're getting pelted with snowballs and shit. But the Dolphins play exceptionally well at home, and the Packers don't play very well on the road, or I guess the Miami team. But what I will say is this. The Dolphins are susceptible, if anything at all, maybe against the pass, not so much the run. The Packers are very susceptible against the run, but both running backs in Miami are banged up. We talked about that in Mojo Market Report this morning, actually. And if you want to go check that out, Ashley just reminded all y'all to go check that out as well. But yes, so this game in particular, I want to say I'm going to leave it. You're not going to pick against the Packers. So what's the point?
Packers, I feel like there's some openings here. The Dolphins, they do stop the run fairly decent. Top 10 in the NFL is stopping the run, DVOA. But the Packers run the ball really effectively, and they've done that against teams that stop the run well. So it really doesn't matter. They kind of impose their will. This Packers team is playing better football than they've played all season. That goes without saying. They played like shit in the first half. Mm-hmm. So Miami, conversely, is kind of playing the worst football that they've played all season. Now, granted, they took Buffalo to the wire, so that was on the road in a weather game. Got to tip your hat there. But Green Bay does things well that defensively that Miami does well offensively in terms of stopping the pass. We're going to see that's the matchup to look out for. Green Bay run game against the Miami run D, and the Miami Dolphins passing attack against the Green Bay Packers pass defense. That's the big whole thing here. What do I think is going to happen? I think Aaron Rodgers shows up. We exercise that Florida demon and we win the game outright.
Okay, that's you. I'm going to go with the fact that the Miami Dolphins have been a very good football team throughout the course of this year. Tua has been really good. The offense has been really good. They played a hiccup of a game over in Buffalo, just terrible, weather elements and stuff. Now they get back in sunny Florida. Look, the Packers have this weird outside chance. I get it, right? And trust me, if I'm me as a rooting interest, I kind of like that kind of stuff. When a team has like no chance at all and they come back and they roar back, I think it's cool for stories. But I think unfortunately on Christmas Day is when this game is going to be played. I think the season comes to a halt. The Packers, like I said, they got some rebuilding to do next year with a couple pieces, but they're going to be back. Give me the Dolphins -3.5. I think they get it done. I know it's hard to bet against Rodgers at any point, but I think it's just this is it. What's up, Payne? Officer Payne in the building.
To your,
I got him. So anybody that hasn't commented in the chat yet, make sure you drop your name so we could get you added to this duck list. I feel like my internet's coming around, so we're gonna get it going.
I'll take
soon.
the Jets and the Chargers if they're $10 a team.
When is this? Oh, this is tonight.
That's for later.
Yeah, so you can advertise that now if you want. Just so you know, everybody, there is a jersey break happening at MJ's tonight. So let's see if we get kicked out after doing that. No. That'll be fun. Get the hell out of my desk. Get out of here.
Let's go Jersey girls, baby.
Yeah, we're all going to a strip club after that. Perfect. I'm sure all the girls that are going to be there tonight be like, I would love to.
It's a good time.
Ashley's going to walk into a strip club like, this shit is litty. I don't see it. Anyway.
I'm on the Packers.
Okay, so 2 on the Packers, 1 on the Dolphins.
It's going to rain, too.
It's going to rain. Of course it's going to rain. It's Miami. Why wouldn't it rain? It rains every third day there. It's like Seattle.
Dave, you've got an early Christmas present under your tree.
By the fact that Gardner Minshew will be starting. That's not a gift to me, by the way.
Gardner Minshew is a gamer.
He is. Historically, the Cowboys have not fared well against backup quarterbacks or 2 quarterback sets or whatever the case may be. The Cowboys right now, the luster, apparently, according to Cowboys Nation, a couple of my colleagues have said that the luster was taken out of this game when the Cowboys lost to the Jaguars and then the Eagles beat the Bears, right, last week. So it's like, oh, this is impossible now to grab the division. Then you get the Jalen Hurts news over the course of the week. Sprained right shoulder, throwing shoulder, all that shit. All of a sudden, there was people like, he's going to play anyway. Sirianni came out and said today it'd be best if they sit him. So it looks like it's going to be Gardner Minshew versus the Dallas Cowboys, which is why the line moved from -1 to -5. And obviously, I'm going to ride with my Cowboys. That's not even a question. But the debate is, can Gardner Minshew do enough to basically lock down the NFC East in Dallas? That's why I think wholeheartedly, in my heart of hearts, the Cowboys won 10 games this year, right? And that's not by accident. What I say is this: you cannot have Gardner Minshew and the Philadelphia Eagles win the division in Dallas. It just feels wrong. I think Dallas wins this game outright. I think they cover. I think they do very, very well against Gardner Minshew. Somebody's got to make a play on defense. Micah Parsons might feast. He gets himself a Pro Bowl bid along with DeMarcus Lawrence. These guys, they're gonna do all right. I think Christmas Eve, the Cowboys have treated me well on Thanksgiving this year. Let's duplicate this 2 holidays in a row. It's never happened. Give me the Cowboys against the Eagles. Gooch, Gardner Minshew.
I mean, I'm going to take Philly to cover the 5.
So we could closer game.
I think it's going to be a really good game. Gardner Minshew is going to keep them in this. He's got a touchdown to interception ratio of like 42 to 11 in his career. He takes care of the football well. Obviously, the Cowboys get after the quarterback, but the Eagles protect pretty decent. So, that could be a little bit of Jalen Hurts kind of being able to scramble, and the way that they're able to do the RPO, it really keeps defenses on their heels a little bit. That's going to be off the table, so we'll see how they respond to that. But I feel like Minshew also, he has the mobility. Don't underestimate his ability to scramble. But
every quarterback who's come into the league within the last 5 years has the mobile
Philly's
ability.
Going to try their hardest to just get Miles Sanders going in this one. It's going to be the first time we get to see Miles Sanders in almost a traditional type deal, whereas the quarterback isn't vulturing a lot of his carries.
Peyton, go ahead.
Miles Sanders, I think, is the guy that we have to worry about if you're a Dallas Cowboys fan. And on the other side of things, the Eagles secondary is going to do a really good job, I think. So it's going to really just be about who's going to be able to impose their will in the run game more.
If you're writing a story, right, in like some conspiracy theorists think that the NFL is completely fixed, like every game has a script. If the script is like what I think it might be, the Eagles beat Cooper Rush, and now the Cowboys could beat Gardner Minshew,
Yeah, I mean,
and then in the second round it's Dak and
either way,
Hurts. You
when
know what I
it
mean?
all
Like,
comes down to it, as far as a storyline, that would be dope.
You're out of your mind,
if we
Sean.
were scripting things, and I don't know about how that's going to play out. I don't know that Philly's going to be able to go into Dallas with as much that's on the line for Dallas in terms of pride and not. Vander Esch is out.
Yeah.
That sucks because it really changes a lot. They're not really able to use Micah in the way that they'd like to. Vander Esch hasn't not started any games, correct? He started every game this season, but he's missed time in the second half.
I guess Sean has misunderstood the significance of this game, considering if Gardner Minshew loses out and the Cowboys win out, you lose everything except for a wild
I don't
card
think
spot.
I don't think that the realistic expectation is.
I'm
that
not worried
Jalen
about
Hurts is
expectations.
going to-
He says that
Real
it's
quick,
not worried.
hold on.
Play about
If
it.
Minshew loses this game, Jalen Hurts will just play against the Saints. I don't think that there's
I don't think that's a cakewalk either.
either way. Fair.
Against the Saints?
Yeah, the defense is actually really good.
Nonetheless, I feel like in this matchup, it's going to be a running game. So I like Philly because I feel it's going to be a little bit lower scoring than people expect.
Did you add Chris Payne to your
I was
thing?
just going to say, Chris
I
Payne,
did.
I know you just entertained the
Hammond?
idea of going to the Jets game tonight, but if you don't want to get in mucky weather, we're going to MJ's. I know you're late to the party today, but we're going to MJ's tonight at 6:30 for our little holiday
We
gathering.
are doing
So
a
come
duck
on.
race in about a minute.
Yes.
If you want to get involved with the Ducky Ducks, quack, whack, quack, whack.
I mean,
you gotta
actually,
state
Sean,
your
there is
name.
that's not a statistical fact. They could lose out.
State your name.
That's
State
a
your name.
Does this
possibility.
cost Hurts the MVP?
Yes.
If Mahomes
Yes,
goes
this is
crazy,
the-
right? The last 3 weeks.
This is the
right?
same thing that
Same they did
happened.
the Wentz.
Yep.
Same
Yeah,
Same
I
thing.
mean,
You lost
and
your MVP
look,
bid.
right-
Unless Mahomes and Josh Allen both shit the bed
yeah.
for 2 weeks,
Yeah.
which I don't find to be the
Yeah, I
thing.
doubt that's going to go
Now-
down. I think Josh Allen's
Did you
out.
see his
I think,
odds?
I don't
They
think Josh
flipped.
Allen. I don't think Josh Allen's passing Jalen Hurts in the MVP, no matter what.
Mahomes will. if he
Mahomes
breaks those
will.
records, so you think.
Yeah, but look, if they win this game and then Jalen Hurts doesn't have to play anymore,
Was
and they're the
Canada
one seed,
Mark in that?
then he
duck
doesn't
race?
get hurt. Yeah, Canada Mark is in
Yeah.
there, eh?
So you got Mark, you got Joe. Well, just find out. Sean, Redden, Scoop, Casey,
Casey Hammond's in there. You got him.
Chris Payne.
Are you actually adding them to the duck race? Or are you like,
Yeah, they're in there.
Ashley, Sam?
yeah, we got
You
everybody.
got everybody, right?
I think we got
12
everybody.
people. So, guys, this is your last chance. If you're in the room and have a comment,
Get a
get in now.
$25 gift card and possibly a free beer tonight on Rob.
No, they got their $25 gift card. Use that.
That's for the
Okay.
store. We're give you a $25 gift card to spend it right back into the Chop Sports wheelhouse. No, we'll get you a beer if
And you
anything.
can add up to 100
Ducks.
names in the duck.
Oh my
Leave it
God.
on the gift card.
Oh,
No.
I was like, fuck, no, we can't. What are we talking about here? All right, duck race time. So, those of you listening to the podcast version of this, which airs every day, thanks to our sound engineer Nick, you won't get the excitement that is the duck race.
I tell
See,
people every day.
the duck race is something very special to us, near and dear to our hearts. It's caught on. It's something very exciting. So we're gonna get into that. And remember, the duck race is what? Am I just willing?
No. I'm making sure that my camera and my computer's all lined
Okay.
up. We're
Okay,
good.
so here we go. I mean, let's share that screen. Let's get it up and let's do this damn thing. So there it is, folks. So who the hell is Shreddin? Sean Redden? Is that you comboed it?
Yeah, combo.
Is that his nickname, or you just did that?
I just did that right now.
How
Pretty
come
interesting.
my duck is the robber?
I mean, let's be
I mean-
honest. let's call it how we say it
They
here.
listen to the show.
Yeah, right. Actually, put it. Just take down the Richard Lucas thing and on that. You know what? Doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
the
It
thing-
doesn't matter because the names are going to be there anyway. All right. So everybody sees their duck. Let's see. Any interesting ducks over there? Ash has a. Ash got that little. She's got a whole like leotard. She literally wears that to the gym. Same thing.
Yeah,
It's the
you
entire thing.
can probably remove that overlay.
I mean, you could take down the overlay overall.
Stephen
Yeah, do that.
Harrison, you added him. Stephen Harrison.
Who?
1128. This guy, right?
Hairston.
Yeah.
Oh, what up, Harrison?
Here,
Okay, yeah. Is he in there? Let's add one more
We're
duck.
gonna add you to the wheel, baby. Hang out.
Adding to the duck. Duck, go. This is very.
What's the name here?
It's Steve Harrison. So just put Steve. I don't think there's another Steve in there. So
Esteban.
Esteban. Oh,
Stefan.
I mean,
Esteban.
sure, why not?
Stefan.
So 11 names are on the list, or 12 now with this addition.
No, there's
Oh, you could actually
There's
put
11.
your own clothes and costumes. Oh, but
there's
you
11.
definitely
Hold
made me a
on.
robber.
There shouldn't be 12. There's 11.
It said 11. It says 11 in the list.
Yeah.
I thought you didn't add this one.
No, I did.
Rest in pieces, Ashmere Fit. What are you talking about? Ash, you're undefeated.
No, she no longer has that page. She gave it to her sister, and that's now Coco Bear Fit.
Oh, it's a great page. Go fill it. It's very motivating shit.
So, nice.
All right, you removed it. Perfect. Here we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, 30 seconds on the clock. Remember, from like historically, the duck that's in last could make a surge here. So don't get off to that hot start. You will get gassed. Here we go. Chris Payne's in the building. And we're off, folks. Rob Pink Duck is in the lead right now. He's coming down with Ash. That's you took the lead off Ash.
I'm on 5. I did just change when he changed the name.
All right, so Ash lost her card, and now she's going Bear.
Smoking you.
Rob is in the lead right now, but here comes Scoop the drone. Or the whatever that is.
Oh, who's the teddy bear duck?
Oh, wait, hold on.
Sam,
oh, no way. No way did Sam get this.
Oh, look at Ash coming in hot at the end.
Get him, Ash! Get him! Sammy with the win.
Whoa. Absolute
this is
pandemonium.
Sam, you suck.
Absolute pandemonium that Sam.
I thought Ash was going to catch him.
Unbelievable.
Look at your place.
We lost the place. But Sam, once again, any prize for did Ash come in second?
Any prize for second prize, Ash? I got you a gift card to the Chop Sports shop. That's what the first prize was. So
this one will be it'll cover your taxes from whatever you want to.
So you had to win, place, or show.
Sam odds were -6, minus 600. Nobody bet him.
Took, if you had Ash in the trifecta, you were in the money. So
you're in the money. Good. So that's the duck race, everybody. That was fun. So congratulations to Sam again. This is ridiculous at this point. He's got to be tested or maybe there's some tampering going on.
He puts an extra gleam of wax underneath his. What is that? What ducks have underneath? They got wax.
Web feet.
They got wax on their bellies.
Who's putting the wax?
I'm sorry.
That keeps them from getting dry and it helps them smooth across the top.
They put wax on their own bellies.
No, oil comes off.
I'm saying Sam put extra wax on his.
Oh, so basically, like
ducks don't go find wax. It's like,
I got some wax here.
No, but there's like
Griswold who put the pan on his
waxy,
thing and he just went
an oily,
crazy.
waxy element.
All right, let's get back to the game.
Bucks and Cardinals.
We can do ducks races forever.
Fucking
actually.
quack.
Quack. All right, back to the Bucks and the Cards. Again, Cards completely gonzo eliminated from any kind of playoff contention. Congrats, Sam has become a regular part. Seriously, it is getting annoying at this point.
We just did an inventory conversation and I was going through the jerseys and I was counting how many we have and I was like, well, these ones are open and I was like, Sam, could you come pick up your fucking jerseys and also take a look at my light fixtures?
Yes, that's a thing. Anyway, so back to the games.
You won a $25 gift card to the Chop Sports store.
Oh, he didn't know what he won yet?
Nice.
He just won a kick in the ass is what you won. That's it. All right, so let's move on. The Bucks, the Cards, nothing to play for the Cardinals. Do the Bucks just cover the number in Arizona?
Trace McSorley, too, playing.
Trace McSorley. I think the Bucks absolutely have to have this one. And after blowing that lead last week, you might get angry, Tom Brady. They might play up. I'm just going to ride with the Bucks and think Brady just kicks their ass in a controlled environment. Like as far as weather, like I'm not. The Bucks stink. I don't think they're very good.
Both of these teams stink. The Bucks need the fucking game here. They got to win this one, but 7.5. I don't know. Colt McCoy has a little bit of fight in him. Trace McSorley even has even less fight in him than Colt McCoy does. So for that reason, I'm going to take the Cardinals getting the 7.5.
Jesus Christ, Rob, where are you going to split the difference here?
I'm going to take Tampa Bay.
Yeah, Tampa Bay with Brady. The points seem high, but at the same time, it's just like I don't care.
Tom Brady needs a nap.
Do it.
Tampa Bay, Tom Brady.
Tom Brady needs a fucking nap.
Another game
that's important.
To who?
Steelers for Tomlin.
Yes. For my theory that Tomlin does not want to go under 500 for the first time in his coaching career. He's got the Raiders coming off one of the most improbable wins we've ever seen. I feel like they've had like 4 walk-off wins this year, the Raiders. They're a team of destiny, right? Pittsburgh's not really technically playing for anything other than what I think might be a thing that they don't want to finish under 500. But I'm going to ride. Shit, man. It's going to be very, very cold. I like I like the Steelers in the elements. I do. I like the Steelers to win this game at home and cover the numbers. So give me the Steelers. Vegas coming from the West Coast.
I feel like 2.5.
Bailey, you just missed the duck race, bro.
Oh, man.
Thanks for coming in late.
Bailey, sorry, buddy.
Bailey.
We're gonna do actually they're gonna do a break tonight at MJ's. We're having a party.
So fly in from Seattle and enjoy the show.
That'll be on Instagram though. Can you get in on that?
Well, yeah, probably, but we got to check the connectivity issues there because we never know when you're live.
They have teams for sale tonight, Bailey. I'll pull them up in a minute.
All right, go ahead.
I think we'll have no issues at the bar.
Steelers, Raiders.
So in this game, I wish it was 3, and then I would be all over the Raiders. I'm still kind of leaning Raiders right now because you mentioned the elements. I feel like the Raiders have a better fit to perform in the elements in this game because they actually have a running back that's Najee is playing well down the stretch. He's been playing better, and the Raiders' defense leaves a lot to be desired across the board. But Devontae, there's nobody to cover Devontae in those situations in the 3rd and shorts.
Do you remember? Yeah, go ahead.
I think he's going to eat them alive. And Josh Jacobs, the Raiders score a ton of points. I don't know that the Steelers are going to be able to play keep up in the elements. That's the problem. Like the Steelers really have
maybe they don't give up anything in the elements.
Yeah, but their defense isn't good.
Well, I'll tell you right now, and Sean brings up a good point. This is the same feeling I had last year. It was Big Ben, Monday Night Football, his last Monday night game. I was like, you can't bet against Big Ben.
I guess I didn't.
Franco Harris passes away, unfortunately, at the age of 72 this week. They're going to retire his number and do the Immaculate Reception. It's been 50 years since that play. And again, I think because of those emotions and the weather and everything like that, give me a Steeler win, man.
We're talking about emotions. We're talking Derek Carr, the most emotional quarterback in the NFL. I'm taking Derek Carr and the guy liner and the Devontae Adams connection. And really what it is I think that there's a very, very vast misconception across football fans in general where they think that the Steelers team, much like the Packers team, play better in the elements because that's typically how it used to be. These teams aren't them teams. They don't play good defense in Pittsburgh.
All right.
So I'm going
to on the Raiders. Where you at splitting the difference there?
Steelers, baby.
All right. Steelers at home. Let's do it. Wow. Jesus Christ.
Barn burner.
Quick on this one. I'm going to take.
I'm taking the number 1 ranked pass defense in the NFL.
Yeah,
giving 3 points on the road against the bum ass Rams.
Yeah, give me the Broncos too. Where you
one
at?
of the best units in the NFL against one of the worst teams in the NFL.
I'm going to take
3 points
the Rams.
is scary.
Wow, you're going with the
3
Rams
points
here?
is scary.
He's not in either one of them. So.
Yeah, but where's your what justify that? Like,
because
yeah,
the Broncos don't even have the pick anyway. So what do they care? That's just the way I see it.
Well, that's a good point too.
Valid point.
Okay.
The reason why you take the Rams is because the point spread is only 3 because it is the Broncos. It's not like we're like, holy shit. Like the Broncos scored 8 points a game.
Baker's trying to like get paid and maybe
potentially. I mean, if he wanted to get paid, he would have showed up last week against Green Bay.
Put it this way: the Rams could win this game if they get good field position once.
Sean, coming in. If you place a bet on this game, check yourself in the rehab. Yeah, I don't like it either.
So the under?
Yeah, right. Exactly. It's 38, bro. There's the jerseys, by the way. It's in the comments, so just check it out there. So now the San Francisco 49ers continuing to try to play as best as they can to maybe potentially slip into the 2 seed if they keep winning. But anyway, regardless, they're probably firmly entrenched in the 3 at this juncture. This could be a playoff preview if the Redskins, the Commanders, whatever the football team, whatever they do, and if they win out for whatever reason, they can jump into the 6. So this could be a game that's played now and again in January. I don't foresee that happening. But if they get the 2, if the Niners go up to the 2 and the Washington Commanders are the 7, then it could also be another game. This one's in San Fran. 7 points is a lot for a team that's desperate as far as the Redskins are concerned. You gotta assume, like, does Brock Purdy ever come back down to reality where he just makes a rookie mistake eventually?
Yeah, probably just not this weekend.
The Redskins have got a good defense, though, man.
The Redskins have a good defense. They really do well.
Chase Young ever going to play?
They do well against the run. He has played.
No, he hasn't.
Yeah, he's been back.
Chase Young?
He played 1 game, I think.
No way.
I don't think so, dude.
Check.
I mean, I looked.
He was
supposed to, though, like for sure, every week.
Jeez. He's always in street clothes, dude. Always.
Yeah. I mean, doesn't mean he's literally always. Could be mostly.
I'm looking right now. Yeah, he's done nothing.
Yeah, he hasn't played this year.
He hasn't played.
What a loser.
Right? Everybody in ACLs, like guys like Beckham and the receivers are all coming after like 10, 11 months. This guy's been out for a fucking year and a half.
Look, some surgeries are done well and some surgeries
I
are
would
not.
sue your goddamn doctor, Chase.
Look, Odell apparently re-tore his ACL because of a botched surgery the first time. So not all surgeries are done properly, and that's maybe what happened there, and not everyone heals the same. But in this game, the Commanders looked like shit against the bum-ass Giants last week in a game that they needed. They were also desperate in. You could be as desperate as you want. They're not going to be able to block that 49er pass defense, that pass rush. It's over for them. Commanders are about to be donezo. 49ers light them up.
I like the Niners, too, in a big
light
way.
Them up. I think
big way.
I think McCaffrey not getting the Pro Bowl thing, they're going to make
little snubsky, little personal action there. I like it. San Fran all day, -7 against the Washington Commanders.
Another barn burner.
This one's big because look, now all of a sudden you got to
agree.
move on to Malik Willis, and it's not TNF. What's
Real
up?
quick, Scoop. The Jags were bought on eBay, I believe.
What is he talking about?
He wants
the
to know
double
who
jersey
bought
break
it.
for tonight.
Can't buy 'em. Dude, they suck. Don't worry about it.
But the Titans are going in there with Malik Willis now, 3-point favorites against the bum-ass Texans. Texans got nothing to play for. I know it's a division game. I'm sure it'll be tight, but give me Malik to show out in Tennessee, even if it's shitty and cold and all that stuff. I like Malik Willis this week. Not as like he's not going to put up he's not going to light the scoreboard up, but I think he does enough. The Texans are a bad football team. I don't care if they take the Cowboys to the brink, the Chiefs to the brink. It's been in controlled environments, So put the Texans in the elements with Davis Mills and whoever else they trot out there at quarterback. I don't care. Give me the Titans.
Is it going to be cold in Tennessee?
I mean, it's always cold in Tennessee.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a very cold place.
Tennessee
In the winter?
I used to live in Tennessee. Yeah, it's pretty cold, dude.
Where
It's like
haven't you
normal.
lived, Rob?
I
I feel like you've been around the block.
I mean, I guess it's the
Got stories
mountains.
to tell.
mountains
All right, cool.
Yeah, maybe. I feel like Tennessee isn't that cold, but maybe I'm wrong.
Look up
Maybe
the
we're
weather in
gonna find
Tennessee.
out the weather. I mean, it's definitely mountains in Tennessee, so it's definitely cold in spots, or the entire state. I have no fucking clue.
Right now, it's 49 degrees.
Nonetheless, so it's
So
Sunday,
Saturday is a
it'll be
low of
13.
11.
Oh, yeah, low of 11.
Saturday is a high of 25. So it's gonna
Saturday will be cold in
pretty cold.
Tennessee. All right, so elements.
be elements.
Wind chill warning right now
Yes.
in Tennessee.
I mean, you
Sure,
can
nah,
say
Tennessee
Derrick
gets
Henry all you want, but I feel like Malik Willis, he has started a couple games this year, and they haven't exceeded, I don't think, 13 points in either of those two.
Will they have to in this one?
They might have to if they want to cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the Texans
You couldn't
have been
make
playing,
this over under low
the Texans
enough,
have
by the
been
way.
playing better football. The Titans have not been. The Titans have been playing the worst football that I've seen. I don't know that a quarterback change is going to be the answer that they need in this one. It could be the Texans coming in, but are the Texans at risk of losing their one pick, even if they win out? They're
I
probably
think they
still
can win
gonna
out
be-
and still get the one.
Yeah, so they're going to be playing hard. I like the Texans getting the 3 in this one.
You're crazy. Derrick Henry, 2
It's a
touchdowns
fucking
plus.
point spread. It's literally a dart throw.
Crazy. So spread the difference. Rob, where are you going with this one?
Titans.
Okay.
Chris is gonna be in the basement again this week.
Going back to the basement.
Chris is going Texans, right? We're going Titans.
Says, oh, well, until he finishes first. Like, I knew it.
I promise
This
you, I
is a
won't
game.
say a fucking word.
Did you win last year?
Yes.
Yeah, it was me and you head to head.
And how many times have you heard me say it?
Just now.
I'm surprised. I feel whenever things go well, I feel like you
Well, when
hammer
there-
it home.
No, when there's an expectation by me to do well, and I do well, I'm regular.
Okay.
I didn't exceed myself.
Unleaded.
I did like one game above 500 last year. It's like
I think I finished one game behind you. So it was right there at the 500 mark, I believe. Anyway, Seahawks getting a lot of points here. Plus 10 or minus 10 for the Chiefs in the Kansas City, which again, it's going to be cold.
-6 real feel is what we're being told.
Holy shit. I mean, that's whew. All right. I mean, 10's a lot. Seattle has to have it to stay alive. I'm going to take Seattle to cover at the very least. I love the Chiefs, but the Chiefs have burned me 2 weeks in a row as far as taking the big spreads.
yeah,
So I'm going to go with the Seahawks and Geno Smith to at least keep it close.
I'm going to take the Chiefs here, and
All right, interesting.
I just think that the Seattle Seahawks offense right now is struggling without being able to run the football effectively. That's their bread and butter, and everything comes off of the play action with Geno. That ain't working no more. And if you look at the Chiefs defense, the idea that the Chiefs, there's a couple things that I'll say. You could say, okay, they have a little bit of it's skewed a little bit. They don't play as well as their metrics show because they're actually not giving up many passing yards, not giving up many rush yards. But it's weird because when you see them play, they get gashed here or there. And but the Chiefs are typically in control of most of these games and they have the ball a lot.
Mhm.
They keep the ball
They
a
do.
lot. So I think a lot of these metrics are over the course of the season. They just they're not on the field often. So that's what helps. The inability to run the ball for Seattle, I don't see any way they're stopping them right now because the way they've been playing defense of late, other teams that are nowhere near as close to the Chiefs. And now keep in mind, the Chiefs are no strangers to playing in cold weather games, and they've actually lit up the scoreboard in cold weather games before. Patrick Mahomes doesn't lose late in the season either. At home, no, I don't see it. The Chiefs are still.
I would love it if Mahomes has a big day. That could mean
the Chiefs are looking to keep
beating
that
my
one
bro
seed.
in fantasy
it's a big,
football.
It's
so
a
we'll
big
see.
game for the Chiefs. They understand what it takes down the stretch, and when we see these teams the Chiefs every year, they might have a hiccup, but right around now, they start rolling.
Mm.
I see them lighting up the Seahawks in this one too.
So the
10
Seahawks,
points.
the season will essentially be over.
Well, no, because other teams could lose too. You know, like
Well, think about this: if Redskins lose and Seahawks lose, right? That's the bottom. That's the 7 and the 8. It opens up that door for the Lions and the Packers.
yeah,
and all
but it
that. It's
opens
crazy.
the door. But if the Lions lose too and the Packers lose, right? And
Everybody's just the worst record,
it's
same spot.
It's the same spot.
Right.
They could
And the
afford.
Giants will clinch if they
They
win.
can afford to lose the game that they're about to get smoked in.
Truth. All right. Well, we'll see. So
But it's not
where are you
gonna
at with
I'm
this one?
taking the 10 too. I think the Chiefs with Jalen Hurts being
Saying
out,
burn
the
me
Chiefs-
twice.
The Chiefs are. I think Pat Mahomes is going to try to break that record early and get the MVP.
Also, Scoop,
I like to play.
it's all bullshit. It's going to be cold in all those games, and the weather will definitely be a factor. But you're taking like the low of the day. It might be 11 degrees at 5 a.m.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, it ain't going to be
He's
that
right
at
about
game
that.
time and kickoff. There's
Let the
no
sun come
way.
out, fair Scoop. I know you don't like to see the light of
But it's
day,
still going to be freezing cold. And I know this because they'll be like, Green Bay, it's going to be 5 degrees on Sunday. And I'm like, it's 21. What are you talking about?
real feel. Saints Browns. Nothing doing here except for the Saints with an outside chance to win the South. So for that reason, I think they're going to play well. The Browns are just a hard team to figure out, man. I can never figure out like how to ride with the Browns. This one being in Cleveland, I mean, the Browns going to be that's a real field -9, -9 against the Saints offense. Has been
When they
piss poor
when
with the
they
red rifle.
games this low, the point total, I have to take the under.
I'm going to roll with the Browns here to control the clock. Nick Chubb has himself a day. Give me the Browns with a -9 real feel. That's insanity. But of course, there's going to be one drunk schmuck with his shirt off in the crowd. Those people deserve to get slapped to sleep. So dumb. Like, what are you trying to prove, guy? You know, like, look at me. Like, okay,
I'm going to take
cool.
Dave, you're taking the Browns.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I'm taking the Browns.
I'm going to take the Browns too.
Sweep them up.
All right, sweep them up, Brownsies, all day. Sorry, Saints, your season's probably over.
Big game.
Huge game, actually. The Panthers are a game behind the Bucks, and the Lions are right there in the thick of things. Winners of 5 of 6. They're playing very good football. They're 7-7 after starting 1-5 or something like that. It's been crazy upward swing for the Lions. Their defense isn't playing as bad. Campbell's got these boys playing inspired football. They're favored on the road against the Panthers. Again, Carolina, Sam Darnold, fine. Nothing to really sneeze at. I'm going to go Lions here. I think they need to have it. They've been playing inspired football. They've been winning games from comeback situations. I think they handle it. I mean, when's the last time you saw the Lions on the road?
It's a very,
Favorite.
very.
Might have happened.
I feel like
year,
the
but still.
public is going to be like, this might be the most public bet of the week, and I don't know. I haven't looked. I'm just saying, like, this has to be 2.5. The Lions are the darling of the league right now. The Panthers are still viewed
I
as.
think it comes to a crashing halt against the Panthers.
I don't know. I don't want to say yes, but you know,
That would be
two things
really
I'll say.
disappointing.
Two things I'll say. Right, the Lions are clearly they've turned the corner on the team that was 1-6 at a certain point this year. They're not that team, but they were that team just 2 months ago. So for them to resurface here or there, it's very, very possible.
Yeah, I
Carolina is
see that. I
definitely
understand.
playing better. I don't know exactly what Carolina has been doing much better in terms of how it's coming about.
Foreman's been playing very
because
well.
I'm not
Chuba
really
Hubbard,
getting
Chuba
involved. I'm
Hubbard's
not
been
really
doing
getting
well.
involved, but I know that it's congruent with Sam Darnold being the quarterback. So I'm not going to say, oh, they're playing amazing. Ride Sam Darnold. But the defense has responded as well. They got this new coach that the team really, really likes, and they're lobbying to keep him around. And a win against
Ain't gonna happen.
upstart Detroit Lion team at home, this could be. I know that this is crazy to say, but this could be their season essentially. So this Carolina team is going to be playing with a lot on the line. I really like Carolina here. I can't help it. I mean, getting the 2.5, I know for a fact that it's going to be a public on the Lions, right? So I'm going to go with the book.
Sean's bringing up a really good stat here. Jared Goff outside is trash. His QBR of 30 in games below 40 degrees in his career. So he doesn't show out when it's cold outside. But again, I'm not worried about Jared Goff to be the guy to like solely take this. I just think they're playing scrappy football over there. And again, the Lions lose. The ride is over. I'm not ready for this ride to be over for the Lions.
I don't think anybody. I don't view playoff teams as contenders. I think that there's like 4 or 5 contenders every year.
Well, if you
And
get in
everything
the dance,
everyone else could enter the conversation with a hot streak at the right time. But the Carolina Panthers are not contenders. Conversely,
they fired their coach after 3 weeks.
Nobody in that division is a contender. Nobody even in teams that I think are really good are fake to me. Like, I don't think the Vikings are a real legit contender.
Mm-mm.
I don't think they are. Just sorry, I just don't.
I believe Carolina could win the South, and Dallas could wind up being in Carolina and we in the divisional round. I mean, wild card round, which would be nuts.
Who you taking, dude?
I'm going to go with the Lions.
Me as well.
All right, what do we got? How many left?
Ravens, Falcons.
3 left. Here we go. So the Ravens, is Lamar back yet? They have to be favored by this much, right? Lamar's got to be playing.
I don't know for a fact.
They're more than a touchdown favorite over the Falcons.
Like I said, I don't know for a fact because I didn't see it, but based on the point spread, I agree.
You have to assume. I'm just gonna look up the fantasy.
I'm laying the 7.5 anyway.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they know something, even if it's not Lamar, then there's something that's making the 7.5.
Lamar's questionable. Let's see here. I got a report right here. Lamar Jackson missed his 8th consecutive practice on Wednesday. Not looking good, but to be 7.5. Or you said you're laying that. You're gonna go with the Ravens here?
Mm-hmm.
The better teams, clearly, I think the Ravens. Big number. Ritter on the road. Baltimore. Cold. I keep getting called. Every game's cold. All right, fine. Give me the Ravens, I guess, to cover that number. It's going to be a little bit tougher than I think. I think there's an insurgence out of Tyler Algier, or however you say his name. Ritter's played okay. Nothing. He didn't light up the scoreboard by any stretch.
Yeah, Ritter against the Ravens defense on the road in Baltimore in the conditions. Welcome, buddy.
Welcome to the NFL.
See what you got.
7.5 all day. Rob,
sweep them up.
All right, Ravens. It is 2 more to go. This one's big for seeding purposes for the Bills. They're -8 on the road in the Windy City. They're going to go play Chicago. This is, again, if the Bills want to try to hold on to that 1 seed and get the bye, home field, everybody goes through Orchard Park, blah, blah, blah.
Yes,
Joe, they got to have this.
I would be heavily surprised if the Falcons won that game.
Yes, me too. But now, I mean, they've been blowing games left and right, the Ravens. I mean, they just got pretty much shut down by the Browns last week. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just they don't excite me, but neither does the Falcons. So that's why it's a weird pick. But anyway, the Bills on the road to cover this number. Justin Fields more than likely playing. So I'm, I don't know what they're playing for. But as far as this game goes, I'll leave it to you first. Where you feeling?
The Bears suck, man.
Dynamite analysis, but it's true.
Yeah, I'm gonna lay the 8.
Yeah,
the Bears are just at this point they're very happy with their season at 3 and whatever they are because
the second
Justin
pick in the
Fields
draft
looks like a star about to get injured, and they have the second pick, all well and good. I'm sorry, boys.
Yeah, I'm gonna ride with the Bills here too.
Balls
against the Bears, and then just helping out guys like Ruben and all these people that are rooting for losses like weird O's. All right, last game. The Bengals and the Patriots. Patriots are still hanging on by a thread, trying to get into the playoffs. I know all Jets fans, everybody in the AFC East is rooting against the Patriots, clearly. Joey Burrow doesn't know how to lose in December. He's been playing very good. I think if this is a nice spot for the Bengals to stay hot. I know New England's never an easy place to play, but teams have gone in there and won, so it's not like a crazy thing. And to be 3-point favorites on the road in this situation where you came back last week and beat up on the Bengals, the Bucks, and you came back in a couple other scenarios, and Joey Burrow has been playing really well, Jamar Chase, Mixon, and company. I've been saying that I don't believe in the Patriots team. I think Mac Jones is a bitch. I honestly think he's a little baby. He is. And I don't think he's going to fare well against this new and improved and surging Bengals defense. Give me the Bengals on the road. I'm liking it.
Okay, so obviously it's very hard for me to fade Joe Burrow considering my opinion of him in December. It's like I don't really like him at all up until November hits, and I'm like, oh my God, this is why he's so good. You question it. I'm like, oh man, he holds the ball too long. You say all these dumb things, and then when things get for real, Joe Burrow shows up. But Joe Burrow shows up a little bit less when teams play zone. The Patriots run zone more often than not. Joe Burrow has the splits are very, very. When you're in man coverage, Joe Burrow lights you the fuck up. If you play zone, he's struggled in his career. The Patriots, like I said, they play zone 70% of the time. I think the zone is going to be there 100% of the time in this game. So I do think it's not going to be as easy as people think for the Bengals to just tear them apart. The Patriots get after the quarterback.
3 points doesn't really tear them apart. So, you know what I mean?
But I mean, saying an easy spot to get, to keep hot. It's not an easy spot going into New England. I think I'm going to take the Patriots here, getting the 3. I think by game time, I don't know how the movement's looking here, but Joe said something that there was a hook here. That scares me a little bit because it means that the Patriot money is coming in. Maybe they're trying to get some Bengal money back. So I'm not really sure how that looked because I didn't look at the movement, but I still like the Patriots because coming off of that embarrassing loss, you would imagine it was a little harder week of practice, and the Patriots still have something to play for. They're not completely out of it yet. So I think getting
Have the
three,
Bengals won the North yet? No, right?
No,
so they can potentially do it.
They just took over first.
But I'm saying they can do it this week, maybe if the Ravens lose the game and then they win. So
it could be, yeah.
It's a clincher. Could be a clincher with scenarios. But yeah, all right. Where are you at, Rob?
I'm taking the Bengals.
All right. So two on well, obviously for your rooting interest, you absolutely need the Patriots
check out
to
the
lose.
Burrow splits against zone and
that's what you did mention that on the Mojo Market report.
What do you guys think?
That's where I got that's why I'm kind of leaning.
The NFL ticket going to YouTube.
I think for this, it's another thing you got to add. But B, this is also going to be the only reason I have the ticket or the DirecTV is because of the ticket. So if they get rid of it, I'm getting rid of DirecTV. That's simple. Like there's no reason for me to take
happening?
It. YouTube TV has signed an agreement to be the new subscriber.
Let's go, baby. I'm on YouTube TV already.
So it's going to cost you probably an extra $50 during the football season.
How much?
50
for all the games on YouTube. I think that's worth it.
A month?
I mean, that's what I pay. Yes,
a month. Yeah.
Just for the just for
during the season, 50. Yeah, during the season.
So it's a 4-month
thing.
start.
No. It's not a 4-month thing. Trust me when I tell you, it's not a 4-month thing. Yeah. They start you in September. They end you in February.
Well, what if you're a student?
I mean, I don't think that matters. It's the ticket, bro. They're not going to
really?
fucking discount anybody.
That's interesting.
It could be. I don't think so.
Well,
I don't think
I'm
so
a student right now.
Yeah, a student of what?
According to DirecTV.
But according to DirecTV, they get it. Interesting.
No, Ash's friend gave me her information. And all you got to do is type in a student. So if you this is a hack, a DirecTV hack.
Ooh, life hack coming to you live.
NFL Sunday ticket. I mean, it's a little late now, but you could get it for $31 a month just for 4 payments of $31.
Apparently, yeah. Apparently, there's been some serious movement. DirecTV
for the NFL
when this was announced, DirecTV lost a significant amount of money where they just might go away. Yeah. I said to my father today because I had to I told him like, hey, Pop, before you go nuts and get DirecTV, it's over. You know what I mean? Now it's time to go get YouTube, right? And he told me he just figured out cable. He's like, this is bullshit. I just figured out cable, but this is going to be your one-stop shop. Now, my thing is this. And it's been my thing forever. You know how many people go on internet websites and find the streams, right? The thing with me is that I'm a psycho. And I'm like, I can't be behind real time. That's the plus side of cable. So you are in real time.
Streams, you're always behind.
Yeah.
I'm not direct stream streaming it. I'm literally with the satellite.
Yeah, but even still, like I've had situations where you're on the satellite and I'm watching my fantasy scoreboard and
it updates first. Yes.
And then I'll be like, let's go. Oh, up top to Devontae, next play. And my family thinks I'm a fucking guru because they don't realize that.
Spoiler, he's not telling the truth. But I'm just saying, like, also, it makes me sick.
Devontae's gone.
Think about this, though. Think about this.
Devontae,
how many issues have we had here in this building alone with Optimum?
Yeah.
Right? Internet woes. So if you have a bad internet connection, your stream will go bye-bye. I could say the same thing about a windy day or a rainy day where my satellite starts going on the fritz, which is like a weird thing. I was at my brother's the other day. He doesn't have satellite. His shit was Optimum cable. Oh, my God, bro. How do those guys still have employment is beyond me. They stink all over. Cable, internet, everything. Optimum sucks. And no offense to anybody who's coming to the office and try to help us out because we appreciate you. But the company blows.
How the hell is that going to work, though?
What do you mean?
How are they going to put DirecTV on, I mean, not DirecTV, but the ticket on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
So was that 8 games on at once, right? So you're constantly going to be coming out of one to another to load, and then it's
the same way that they do it now. You can't watch 20 games at once.
Yes, you can on DirecTV. You can.
That's my point is I'm making is how are they going to do that?
What do you mean though?
So I know exactly what you mean. So when you're on the app, Chris, you don't have a game mix. You don't have a game mix on the app. You have to select the game to watch.
Yeah.
But when you're on DirecTV and it's a satellite at my house, you can have the 8 games playing at once.
Yeah, and there would just be a channel for that. Like you would have to just pick game mix.
You think they're going to be able to handle that? I mean, it's fucking technology. It's 2022. I understand.
Google.
It is Google. In fact, Google might be able to figure this out.
Google and the NFL could figure this one out. You think they could get? You think Google and the NFL could get 8 games on your screen at once?
Yes, JoJo. They are the contract is over after this year. It is done. So 2023, the ticket goes exclusively to YouTube TV, which is on YouTube and the Google. So that's it. DirecTV's out, and I'm out too. I'm pulling the plug. So I will subject myself to that streaming shit where I'm just like, I'm worried. I'm always a live TV guy, even though 9 times out of 10, if I think about the shows that I watch live, think about that for a second.
No, yeah.
What shows do you actually consider yourself? You got to watch it live. Me and Rob, wrestling.
But now we don't know how to do it.
The Packers and the Yankees.
But that's what I'm
Literally,
saying. Games, our wrestling.
That's it. Sports.
UFC when it's on, but that's you do whatever you can to get that. But like, think about it. Like, how many shows do you watch on TV right now where you're sitting in front of the TV and you're like, thank God I'm on time? What, Jeopardy?
Any show that
Wheel of Fortune?
I have not
Shit
watched.
like that?
I have not watched a show really live in over 2 decades.
For real though?
Yeah,
Like Walking Dead was probably like the last one.
I wouldn't even watch
Game of
But
Thrones.
like when you watch it, like when it's on, like I got to be home for 10.
I'll tell you right now,
on demand.
even though, listen to this,
Watch
even
it the
though,
next day when I get to
You
it.
could, like,
even
pause
though,
it.
Ballers and Entourage and all my HBO stuff that's on demand, I would make sure I'm watching it in real time. I didn't want to
Like
miss
Sopranos, like
Sopranos, shit like that, you know?
Curb.
Sopranos, like the last
Curb.
show, like your whole family would be like in the living room.
But
like,
even
fucking
still,
nuts.
I got home
Even
from a
still-
cruise on the
even
last
still,
episode.
I was
of
always
The Sopranos.
on
Right?
demand.
That's
On
crazy.
demand, I'd
Big time.
wait until if there's a commercial involved. Once DVR got introduced to the mix, I didn't even watch sports live anymore. I'd wait 30 minutes, right,
Yeah.
and I would rewind it, and then I
Away from
wouldn't
your
have to
phone.
sit through commercials.
Oof.
So what happens? You wait 30 minutes.
I understand what you do, but it's like,
And I just-
oof.
I mean, what do you mean?
Oof.
Oof, like
Oof.
watching fucking O'Reilly from Oz fall off a garage door. You know what I'm talking about?
No, because I don't watch
I know
us.
what you're talking about.
Mayhem.
My brothers, I mean, my
Allstate,
fathers watch us.
Allstate. I
Oh,
get to
Serrano?
fast forward to that and watch the Packers get stopped on 3rd and 6 again.
I just think that, again, it's a worrisome thing because I've always been up to the minute on everything, So like for the stream to like buffer for a second, I would flip. It's just, again, it's a scary thought for me, but I'm gonna have to do it. I'm gonna have to join the times. Cable is gonna be dead in 5 years. There's not gonna be anybody with an actual coaxial thing in the back of your box.
We're clear. You could get cable, right? You could actually get Optimum or whatever cable company is in your area, and then on the cable box, there's apps. You could download apps, just like a Fire Stick now. So you could still have cable and still have YouTube.
Yeah, but why are you gonna pay for both? The hell's the point?
Because I can guarantee you that they're not making you subscribe to YouTube TV as a cable subscription.
Ready for this?
You're going to probably be able to subscribe directly to the ticket,
I heard this yesterday.
much like
on
you
the,
can with DirecTV.
I heard this on the Fan yesterday. Ready for this? YouTube TV carries SNY. It does not carry Yes or MSG. How about that? So now you can't. So me as a Yankee fan can't do it. I gotta have a cable provider because of the fucking Yankees and the Knicks and the Rangers. Like I gotta watch those guys on different networks. It's just interesting. So the whole thing, whatever. Again, it's moving to YouTube. Good for them. Massive money. Speaking of streaming, Netflix is officially launched over here in Fort Monmouth, by the way. That happened yesterday officially. We got some serious production happening. In fact, including, I think, the Joker sequel will be in Jersey filmed.
A lot of stuff is already coming this way already.
Dude, that's pretty sick, man. For us having a set here and like a studio, that could be big things for us too as a company.
Guys, 6:30 MJ's. Come hang out with the boys.
Yes,
Ask
come out
questions,
tonight
take
if you're
pictures.
around. Celebrate some Christmas spirit. We got the Jets and the Jags tonight. It's going to be a fun time. Come check us out. Don't drink and drive. Call an Uber. All that good shit. For Dave Sturch, Gooch, Wrestling Rob, Ashley in the corridor. Merry Christmas to everybody out there. Happy Hanukkah if you're celebrating that currently. Happy Kwanzaa, which I believe starts the day after. I don't even know what that is. Day after Christmas, right? And anything else you celebrate, including Scoop, whatever it is you celebrate. Thank you guys for supporting us and watching us. We'll be back next week. Enjoy the holidays.
Monday?
Yeah, let's do it Monday.